All right, now it is the final stream of 2024. We are doing it December 30th. Yes, December 30th, the last Monday of the year. And I figure it's only fair we do the top 5 games of 2024. So the top 5 games that I played this year. Now there's a lot of games that came out this year that I personally think probably would take a lot of these spots had I touched them, but I just didn't get around to it yet. So we're only going for games that 1, released in this year, and 2, I played this year. For number 5, this is a game I'm surprised it even came out in 2024. It feels like it was a lot prior to that because I think we reacted to it 2 years ago before that. But number 5 is going to be Palworld. And now this is it took me a little bit to deliberate on there were many games that came out this year, one that I also played this year. So I only had 7 or 8 games. So but Palworld ended up getting the 5th spot because despite the whole PAL format of the game is great. That whole part is genuinely really enjoyable, and creating the automation with them is cool. Their marketing has always been great, so I love that. But I'm not a big fan of the standard survival game, right? Like the Rust, or that's why we didn't do Once Human more than half an hour, right? Because it's got the standard survival build kit where it's the wood hut, then the stone hut, stuff like that. But Palworlds genuinely kept me interested and made me want to continue the survival game loop. I still want to go back and continue playing the game a little more. I've just yet to figure out how I want to go about that. I might do it on my Steam Deck if it's Steam Deck compatible. I haven't really looked into that just yet. It's genuinely a really good game. I hope it keeps getting its updates, and I kind of hope I mostly hope it wins this lawsuit with Nintendo, because fuck, man. Surprised it took top 5 for the year, but we didn't touch that many, it looks like. Okay, number 4, now we're on to stuff where it's like I genuinely back these games as top games of the year, for sure. Number 4 is going to be Balatro. This one's obvious. Balatro won several awards at the Game Awards. I was rooting for it the whole time. I wanted it to win Game of the Year because I was hoping it was going to be a genuinely enjoyable experience if a one-man developed game became the Game of the Year. I have still found more joy in it even after beating the first strike levels and the second strike levels on every there's so much to work with this roguelike that even for someone like me who gets burnt out on that kind of concept easy, it keeps me coming back. So I genuinely really enjoy Balatro, and it's a game I'll probably continue playing for the next couple of years and it's everywhere now. It's on mobile, which is another thing that happened this year. So you can literally carry it everywhere. And I think it's a really good game. Now, these next 3 are going to be the ones where people start to have a little bit of might get a little frustrated with me. Because keep in mind now, we could have had Suicide Squad on this list. Suicide Squad was almost the 5th slot, because we hadn't played that many games that released this year, and Suicide Squad genuinely isn't that bad. It's just a little bad. It's just a little bad.
The game's really fun when there's not a little bitch in your ear telling you it's not. It's genuinely a good game. It's genuinely a good game. It's just...
There were some game releases that I feel like I enjoyed way more than other people. And one of those I've been so surprised to find out is Sparking Zero as well. A lot of people been very vocal about the dislike for the majority of Sparking Zero and its focus on online being the main where its main assets are pooled. Don't get me wrong, I have plenty of criticisms about the game, but it's only been out for a little while. And sure, they could patch those things in the future. I don't think they will. They don't have to. They know they don't have to. But even with all of the annoyances that come with the lack of story missions for the characters going as far as we thought they would and stuff like that, Sparking Zero is still a lot of fun. We've played I think we've played we're gonna play a little bit later today because we're at 80 out of 110 of winning a ranked match with every character. We've played at least 400 ranked matches, single battles, with every character in the roster almost, and the game's still fun to me. I still have a lot of fun playing it because I love Dragon Ball and I've loved these games forever, and so no matter what, I'm gonna have fun playing this. For some reason, even flaws that I'm completely aware of from a game design standpoint and a consumer standpoint, they're invalid because of my bias for Dragon Ball. Does that make sense? I love this game. I love it. Sure, there's a lot of things they could do to make it better, but I love it. I love it. Will we be putting it down as our Monday slot when we complete this challenge? Yes. Monday is our challenge stream day of the week. So we'll probably be going back to Elden Ring starting the beginning of the year, unless I decide to put something in between it, but I highly doubt it. I think we will be coming back for Shadow of the Erdtree in the new year. Until then, we're finishing up the Monday slot with Sparking Zero, and I've been loving Sparking Zero the whole way through, even if it does get a little frustrating, which it does. It's ranked, playing with characters that should not be thrown in ranked. So I have no problem with that at all. Love this game. Perfect number 3. I would put it higher if it weren't for the 2 above it. Does that make sense? Of course you wouldn't. Yeah, no shit you wouldn't put it higher if it wasn't for the 2 above it. That's kind of how ranking... Anyway, next on the list is a game that I think deserves... I think this game deserves lots of love, appreciation, and all the fruits of its labor. The issue really lies in publisher error. And genuinely, if it wasn't for that terrible decision by Sony, Helldivers may genuinely have been the number 1 slot this year. Helldivers 2 was so much fun. I had so much fun playing it. I still play it in my free time. The only reason we stopped doing it on stream when it took up a good majority of stream time is because it wasn't gelling with the encoder well. I needed to upgrade my graphics card. So there's, that's on me. Otherwise, we would still be playing this game on stream consistently because I genuinely love the gameplay loop. It's so much fun to be able to consistently be pushing a constantly live going needle and feel like you're doing something. And with the genuine, if you take a shot every time I say genuine, you might genuinely black out. With the addition of the 3rd faction, we had the Illuminate. We now have so much variety in stuff to enjoy, and I love it. It's a nice breath of visual fresh air, and this game has a beautiful, beautiful art. Amount of detail in its art, and I plan on covering all of that, all of what makes Helldivers 2 such a good game in my opinion, and how much I appreciate it, in a separate video that'll come out this year, probably in January. Hopefully it should come out it'll come out in January, I promise. I still go back and look at what clips I can see that aren't constantly lagging, and laugh and enjoy Helldivers 2. And even when I'm playing now, it's still a lot of fun. Even if I'm doing like solo missions, running in lower ranks or in high ranks, like playing with randoms, it's still a good experience.
Who the fuck is farming samples in the middle of a war?
And now, this one is probably a no-brainer, and I genuinely feel like if anybody else has a different game... Okay, fine. I'm not unreasonable. You can have Wukong here. You can have... No, actually, fuck you. Unless it's Black Myth Wukong, there is no other game that should be taking the number 1 spot this year for you in terms of games that released this year than Marvel Rivals. I'm trying to cut back on the swearing, so I was there was a lot less oomph there. But I love this game so much. I've been trying to push ranked in my free time a little bit. I've only had a little bit of free time, hence sick over the holiday. So I haven't had much time to put into it, but I am currently gold 2, and we're trying to get higher and higher. After we get to our goal on Sparking Zero tonight, we'll be jumping over to Marvel Rivals to push up some competitive again, and I've been loving the shit out of it. Playing as Rocket Raccoon has been so much fun, and even if it does feel like heel botting sometimes, there are a lot of tense moments, and it's for somehow I always end up playing the role I expect to be playing least in these games. And obviously we found naturally that I enjoyed playing Rocket Raccoon on stream in the beta when we were checking it out for the first time, and I tried every character, and his moveset gelled best, and I love playing him still love playing Rocket. I can't wait to get a Rocket Raccoon skin for free because I've almost earned enough credits. I just gotta save up a little bit more, and then I'll be happy to. I don't know if I want to get the Christmas skin though. His Christmas skin's pretty good, but Groot's Christmas skin is much better. I'm hoping I can hold out for one better Rocket skin. I could get the MCU one, but that one costs so much more, so we might have to wait a while. But beyond just in terms of the gameplay and enjoying the game as from like a player standpoint, from a consumer standpoint, everything being accessible and from to some extent free. Same shit as with Helldivers. Being able to unlock your stuff for free means the world. It's such a huge difference. Marvel Rivals surprise I think it was the release stream. If you go to Victory Live and you check out the release stream when Marvel Rivals came out for the first time, after we had played the beta, so there was 2 beta streams and then the release stream, I was baffled at how easily accessible everything was for a free player. Everything. Not a single thing is like, obviously the battle pass, and the battle pass was $5. And I've since learned that the battle pass is going to be infinitely earnable as long as you unlock it in the season. So you can always go back and spend credits to unlock the previous season stuff, just like in Helldivers. It's crazy that these my top 2 games of the year employed what I think is the best modern meeting in the middle version of what we're dealing with right now for live service games, if that makes sense. Beyond that, both of these games have phenomenal gameplay, and that's why I will continue to play them into next year. Marvel Rivals, I will continue to play probably for the next 5 years. I was playing Overwatch for 10 years, so I don't see why I wouldn't be playing Marvel Rivals for the foreseeable future. I've seen some people who've been lucky enough to have been transitioning into Marvel Rivals as their official esport game. I'm not sure how crazy I want to look into that just yet, but I would like to make it clear that I have no intentions of stopping when we're pushing this competitive season. This next competitive season after this one is going to be a tooth and nail fight to get to the top. Literal rabid tooth and nail fight as Rocket Raccoon to get to 1 above all. That is a big goal of mine, and this is the first time in a while I felt like it's been possible since Overwatch, and that we stopped at Diamond. So there was a goal to hit Grandmaster or I think what was a Grandmaster Master? I don't even remember anymore. And then Diamond was the highest I ever got. So in this game, however, I feel like there's a much better opportunity for someone who's solo queuing to make it there. The hero synergies build like this inherent, like, silent communication with your team where people know what everybody's thinking and they're on board with each other. If your team is willing to link up hero synergies, you know your team is more than likely ready to win that match. And that's just an observation. I don't know. That it feels like it. And keep in mind, none of the matches in ranked I've had to play have had voice chat. Not yet. I'm sure it'll become a thing when we get to higher ranks, but we haven't needed to. All the communication is just just instinctual because people have been playing these hero shooters for long enough now, and the hero synergies just make it make more sense. It's so beautiful to see the things that you can see players do, and some of them you don't even need them to communicate for. I love it. This game is so amazing, and I love it. I'll continue to say it every time we play it, and it's definitely deserving of my #1 spot for 2024, and I'm so excited to see how it grows in the next year. But that is going to be our top 5 games of 2024. I was genuinely so excited to get to play a bunch of different games. We played the Arkham series, both the Arkham series games that I hadn't played before, Arkham Origins and Arkham Asylum. We played all of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. We finished Elden Ring. We completed Elden Ring, got our ending, the Night of Stars ending, or Ending of Stars or whatever, and then we killed Millennia after a few streams. And then we've taken our long leave to come back when the DLC is ready for us. We were there for massive events early on in Helldivers. I don't believe, did we drop on the Creek in Helldivers? Maybe in the first stream. I know my first Helldivers drop was the Creek, and that was it. And that's why I say my canonical death in Helldivers 2 is a solo drop on the Creek without knowing what the fuck I was up against. So, waste of resources, you could say that, but anyway. Still, it's just fun to have that kind of story. Isn't it cool to be able to have a story like that from a game? Like, to be like, you know what, yeah, this is what I can say canonically happened to me in this universe. And I'm cool with it. It's no heroic thing, but it's what happened. I don't know. I just love this game. This year has built so many cool connections and memories with these games that I don't think I'd otherwise have, especially with these Arkham games. And Suicide Squad was a lot of fun to play on stream and get to experience a brand new brand new release all the way through. My goal, to make actual progress in ranked in Marvel Rivals, even if I have to play all 3 roles blindfolded backwards to get there. And I'm very excited because I haven't felt that way about a game in a long time. And I know I said that about Deadlock, but fuck, man. Deadlock is difficult. And also, I didn't put Deadlock on this list because technically the game isn't even, like, in beta or anything. Like, it's not listed still. I'm pretty sure it's still invite only. Otherwise, it probably would have taken the 5th spot. But it's just been rough because if you start to lose momentum, you get stuck in that punishing half hour of lost momentum. Especially if it's not your fault, oh, you're fucked. But I can't say I hate the game. I still have it downloaded and I'll still play it here and there, and we might pick it up here and there on stream. We'll see. But I'm excited to see what new games we pick up and add to the collection and how far we can go with Marvel Rivals in this next year. I'm looking forward to every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of 2025. We'll be streaming here at twitch.tv/VictoryTGH, and the VODs will go straight to Victory Live on YouTube every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, where you can check out the stream from the previous day and come check out the stream live the next day, knowing that I'll be here every day except Sunday. Sunday is the day off. For those who are seeing this on the main channel, this is the first time I'm planning on uploading something straight from the stream and getting a little tweak, throwing it right up there. I wanted to make sure I get more out on that channel. Look for more of these. We'll be doing these on stream a lot more often. The first bit of the stream, usually we'll be doing a little something more video related, whether it be a tier list, a bracket, a ranking, and discussing something. Well, it'll be different. You'll see me a lot more is the point. I know I said it's been a while and then I proceeded to take like a few months, but there's been a lot going on. Check out the streams, check out the second channel, and you'll learn more there. Thank you to everyone who's watching this on the main channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.